Hi everybody, I'm back once again with another sort of little art update, and this time I'm going to show you a series of little watercolor things I've done here, and an oil painting on the back, which I'll get to later. But it's kind of funny because I've started sort of in reverse order here, because this thing you see here with the angels are sort of finished last, because everything else from the oil painting in the back, which, you know, I say that good too, was the first, so probably be last to first and first to last. Thought I'd get that out there. So that was kind of interesting. So anyway, without further ado, let's talk about the set of angels here. Sort of been inspired by these images from the Book of Revelations, and of course looking at the stuff of, you know, Bosch and the medieval painters. Just kind of got inspired myself to sort of have the set of angels here, and of course you've seen them before in a lot of my other work. But essentially all of them have a different sort of function here, and sort of the destruction of evil and what have you. So of course it probably sucked to be a monster right now, but you know, it's kind of fun to have them all at once here. As you can see in the middle here is Vengeance, which has the wings of swords, and of course the Hunter, which kind of messed up on his mouth, because I think I was painting the wings on him, and some of the ink got on his mouth, and I had to fix that with you know, white out and everything, and of course I couldn't fix the little implements in his mouth, so I don't know, it just kind of throws me off still, but it doesn't bother me that much. And of course the blowtorch mouth, and just the butcher there, and Armageddon, which I realized this time around I didn't have the guns for wings this time, and that's a shame, because I don't know how I've forgotten that sort of huge detail, but I guess I just did, and because of space reasons. So, you know, but this is just to sort of get everybody on board anyway. So, you know, and the blood just dripping off of his pitchfork hands, pretty much. But yeah, it's a lot of experimentation of colors here and there, which is trying to get like an aged feel, like sort of some kind of like old religious document or something. I don't know, but I mean, just something to, you know, make it look aged, like something from a storybook. You know, I think I achieved that here. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, yeah, I guess some stuff I could have improved upon, but it's not exactly watercolor absolvent, fortunately. So, I mean, it's kind of paper, so have to work with what you have, and you know, I like the space, so that's kind of why I did it on there. So, anyway, without further ado, yes, these are the dancing fascist dummies. And it's kind of what I sort of look at fascism in general, just kind of like these different factions. As you can see, the different color uniforms, and just kind of, you know, happy dancing together, pretty much. I just imagine like some sort of like 1930s like Cab Calloway song here or something. I mean, it sort of fits the time period too, and it's, you know, fairly synchronized and robotic, which is great. And of course, as you can see, there's the sort of metal borders and everything, because it's kind of sort of like they're coming off an assembly line. And of course, the industrial stripes in the back, which shows they're about to be delivered. So halfway assembled. But yeah, just kind of derives from my love of the old Crash Dummy toys. I think I talked about that, or maybe I haven't, but well, anyway, just remember, you know, it's sort of like type of things. I remember the old commercials too, and that sort of crash dummy face was pretty interesting, so I just kind of added my own sort of body horror thing to it, which I put actual human teeth and just one eyeball in there. It's pretty disconcerting, but it's perfect. And of course, just added a sort of fascist regalia on them, and it's perfect. So yeah, just wonder if they'll get in a car crash together soon. Probably. So yeah, I kind of imagine like some kind of like loose Lautrec can type of thing going on here. Like, yeah, you know. I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't be something. But anyway, and this is, no pun intended, the Headhunter, which, of course, he just has a rack of heads behind him. I could have sworn I had seen this somewhere in, like, was this some kind of old jungle tribe type of thing or whatever? I think maybe it was from Cannibal Holocaust or some kind of, like, cannibal movie where they just kind of had this, like, rack of heads on, like, this sort of twiggy thing, whatever it is, branch. And so I just kind of added two things by just giving him torturer garb, and just two sort of long curved machetes there. And of course gave him his own pet, which is a gigantic skull with a metal jaw and metal teeth. So that was pretty outlandish even when I was thinking about it, so I just kind of just added to it and took some parts away. I think his garb especially, I gave him a pair of legs, but then just ended up, and this kind of garb here wasn't this long though. I mean, you can see his legs perfectly and everything, and then it just got longer and longer, and then I decided just to, nix out the legs and just kind of keep it like a sort of religious garb. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of, perfect that way. I mean, it's very intimidating, in my opinion, and this neck hole, I have to mention, this neck hole gave me so much just grief. I mean, just reworking it over and over again, and just, I mean, it's fine now, but, I mean, I had to just put white out on that certain area, like, so many times, and it just didn't look right, so I just kept redoing it until I finally got it perfect, and which is, it's fine now. I mean, it's a little shaky, but yeah, it's fine. I would not want to mess with it again. The heads, I don't know, something really lacking here. I don't know, maybe I should add a background or something, but, I never really thought of one. And to be honest, I just kind of glad I brought this out, this concept, so I think that's all that mattered. Yeah, he's pretty much connected to a chain, kind of like his little lapdog, pretty much. Yes, those huge spots of watercolor, that was kind of unavoidable. It's pretty messy watercolor, I'll tell you. And I hadn't done this in a while, I mean, it really felt kind of new to me. This is pretty interesting. So, I admit, I mean, kind of the color on these sorts of things are kind of shaky for me, but, well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still just getting back into it, so. And, of course, here, I think the shakiness is kind of warranted as far as watercolor application. Yes, this is the Mannequin zombie family. It's pretty much just your happy, normal, nuclear family, essentially. At least that's what your television tells you. Anyway, I sort of based this off of, I guess, the kind of mannequins I would see, like, in, department stores at the mall and everything. And just seeing these like you know, widely grinned mannequin children and everything with the wide mouths and big eyes and everything is supposed to make you feel happy, but there's something really kind of chilling about it. And, you know, I don't know, I just thought it would be perfect for this sort of thing. So it was just something I had to get out of my mind. So yeah, it's basically your typical garb you would see anywhere, anybody would wear. And it's kind of mixing it weird mannequin types. Yeah, not much to say here really. I thought I was going to use this for something, but I don't know what yet. I just know, you know, I had drawn this out like a long time ago and just didn't really know if I wanted to change it or not. And I just kind of got the inspiration and just finished it. It's almost like something out of Silent Hill in a way, or Condemned. So maybe for a video game or something. But yeah, just all right there. And last but not least, and also one of the first I worked on, the Manifester, which I kind of alluded to in my mini sketchbook updates. Essentially, this creature just walking down between a couple of industrial factory things in the background, and just kind of slithering or crawling around with these, you know, tentacles for legs with eyes on each end. And I thought it was very interesting. So I think the plan was from the get-go to, you know, start on that as a sketch and then work from that into an oil painting. So I think I did pretty okay. I mean, I don't know. I think I should have worked on it a little more. I'm not really certain. I mean, I am pleased with it, but it's just it's kind of missing something. I'm not sure, but yeah, I like the eyes. They're a nice touch and everything. It's kind of meant to represent sort of bringing enlightenment or life to, you know, something like a place that's pretty much dead. And you know, the industrial era and everything is kind of perfect for that. I like the eyes here. I mean, it's kind of a thing like he's sort of like the kingpin of the angels, and sort of everything that's kind of meant to, you know, bring creativity, or at least be the one in charge of it all. And there's also you know, female versions of them as well, where the you know, imagination and flower maidens and everything, and you know, he's kind of like the top of them all. So I like his long red belts there, tassels. Sort of like long red tassels with eyes on each end as well. So pretty interesting. Yep. I'm still doing some work on it though. I mean, I don't know if I want to change a lot of things yet. I'll probably give it some time, but I'm pretty pleased with it. So I like the face on that too. I mean, the face took, I think, the longest to get perfect. I mean, it just looked a little too yellow at times because a lot of things would mix, and to fix that. Okay, so anyway, this will sort of conclude this little update. And I think it's kind of, well, actually it's not the end of these little sketch thingies. Yeah, it's kind of running out of things to say, but I have more of these sorts of things because I gotta finish a lot of different stuff. But anyway, just to conclude this little update, thank you all for watching, and yeah, thanks for everything, and yeah, just running out of things to say. Well, anyway, take care, everybody, and I'll see you later. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much.